Hi, and welcome to Living in Central Texas. I'm Andrea Dudick, Realtor and Associate Broker with Vista Real Estate. Now, if you're moving to Central Texas, particularly the area of Bell County, maybe Temple, Belton, Salado, Killeen, Fort Cavazos, or any of the nearly surrounding areas, you'll definitely want to watch this video, as I'll be giving a map tour of Belton, Texas specifically, but we'll be touching on a lot of the neighboring areas. There will be a ton of helpful information in here. I hope that it's helpful to you, and let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so here we are taking a look at Texas in general, and Central Texas is comprised of quite a few counties. Belton is where I've placed this little heart here, which Central Texas is going to encompass the Austin Round Rock area, over here to College Station. I'm freehanding this, bear with me. Waco, out here to Killeen. Oh, I don't know if Burnett's in there. Kind of somewhere in there. And Belton is about 1 hour north of Austin, 60 miles, really straight shot down 35, much easier route going away from Austin than into Austin in terms of traffic. And then you are roughly 40 minutes south of Waco, 40 miles-ish, and about 2 hours from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So what's really neat is Belton has a small town feel. We have a lot of amenities here, but we're not far away, in my opinion. We're not far away from bigger cities if you want to go do really fun things in those areas. Now, in terms of beaches, you're not really that far out either. So a lot of people here, when they go to beaches, I think they really enjoy Corpus Christi. You're about 4 hours, 260 miles away from there. Galveston, about 4 hours. And then I spent a lot of time growing up in South Padre Island with my family. It's actually one of the reasons I moved here, because I had such awesome memories of living there. South Padre Island is down here at the bottom, kind of down here-ish. And South Padre Island is about 6.5 hours, 400-ish miles away from Belton. Now, I go into Austin, actually, for shopping, I actually think the best malls closest is here in Round Rock. But Austin has so much to do too, so we might do overnight stays there. Me and my husband might go to the Domain. They have a ton of shopping there. You could go to downtown Austin. Of course, there's just so much entertainment, right? But let's zoom on into Belton. Okay, so Belton is right here, close to where I put that little heart, just below it. And I've gone ahead and outlined here Bell County. So Belton is part of Bell County. I do a lot of real estating in this area particularly, because really nothing's really that far from somewhere in Bell County. So you've got Troy over here, which is really close to McGregor. And McGregor is, we now have SpaceX there. Little River Academy, small, cute little town. There's actually not a lot of inventory there often. People seem to want to move there and never move away. It's so cute. Salado right here is very, very popular right now. The closer that you get to Austin, the higher the price per square foot. And so the closer you get to Temple Belton, the more affordable I think houses will be. Really, we get a lot of people moving here for PCSing here, being stationed at Fort Cavazos. Interestingly enough, Fort Cavazos is the third largest military station in the world, and therefore we have a lot of people being stationed there. When I get people reaching out to move there, they frequently are looking at Killeen, Nolanville, Belton, Copper's Cove out here, Temple maybe, but from Fort Cavazos to Belton, you're looking at a 25-minute drive down 14. So you have the 14 that runs this way, east to west, and then we have the 35 coming all the way down. You have the 95 moving through here. 36 takes you through Gatesville, through Temple. So in addition to people moving here for military, why else might people be moving here? Well, it is much more affordable than living in Austin. And so people are kind of migrating up this way. We have UMHB, the University of Mary Hardin Baylor here, UMHB. And interestingly enough, we are a huge medical hub. So we have a ton of residents for Scott and White. So Scott and White, Baylor Scott and White is the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in Texas and one of the largest in the US. So as you can see on the map, this is Baylor Scott and White, all these little red dots. So right here we have Baylor Scott and White McLean Children's Hospital. We also have Baylor Scott and White, the main hospital, the adult hospital. Had both of my daughters there. But there's a lot of reasons that people are moving here, and there's a lot of overlap between Belton and Temple. In fact, part of Temple is Belton ISD. And so when people are moving here and they say they want to live in Belton, I say, well, is that because you just like that area, or you want to be part of that school district? Because we don't want to rule out some of Temple if that's the case. So there's a lot of overlap between those two, as well as overlap in Morgan's Point Resort right here. Morgan's Point is super awesome. I don't know why I think this is so cool. I'm originally from Las Vegas, but if you live in Morgan's Point, deer wander the neighborhood, and I don't know, I just think that's really neat. But there's a lot of connectedness to nature. Morgan's Point, you're along the lake here, Belton Lake, and really, no matter where you're at in this area, you are close to Stillhouse Hollow Lake, as well as Belton Lake. So there's a ton of hiking here, Chalkridge Falls Park, Dana Peak Park, all around Belton Lake. And let's look at Belton. So Belton in and of itself, this is directly from beltontexas.gov, really helpful resource if you want to learn about Belton. Population, of course, this is as of 2020, so a little dated. Population of 23,000, but again, lots of overlaps with those other areas. That's more of just Belton proper. And then we have locations and distance to these other popular areas. But again, a lot of helpful resources and information about Belton, Texas here. We zoom into Belton. You have 35 that runs through here. So again, you're coming up from Austin, you pass Salado, you have Belton. You can take 35 and go through Temple on up to Waco. You have Buc-ee's. Again, if you're headed out to Fort Cavazos maybe. Let's talk about kind of like the main routes through Belton. So 317 runs directly through Belton. It's kind of the main street of Belton. There's a lot on there, and it's a main segue to things. All the things. So you have McLean Children's Hospital, Baylor Scott and White Main Hospital, both probably within 15 minutes of Belton, maybe 25 if you're tucked away a little more in Morgan's Point or on the outer skirts of Belton. Let's take a look at downtown Belton. So just off of 14 and 35, right in here, we are going to have downtown Belton. Really cool stuff down here. So right here we have the Gin at Nolan Creek, which is on Nolan Creek, and this spot is so awesome. It's a little venue if you want to host weddings, baby showers, special events, you name it. And if you eat at the Gin, it overlooks the creek, and during the summer you'll see family, kids, whoever, playing in the creek, and it's really beautiful and very relaxing. You can sit on the patio, have cocktails, have food. They have Scores Pizza, Coronas, Mexican food, a little ice cream joint. I think there's a cigar bar down there, and you have, oh my gosh, I love breakfast food. Love breakfast food. And right here you have Water Street Waffle Company. They have the best waffles, a lot of chicken and waffle style. They have a lemon blueberry waffle, skillets, omelets. Awesome. Highly recommend if you're down there. We also have Miller's Smokehouse, fantastic barbecue food. Oh, Narunia's right here, Thai food. Their eggplant tower and their chicken pad thai, top two favorites, so good. I think this is Arusha's coffee. I will be doing another video on that coming up. Really cool little coffee spot. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the terrain view. I think this will be more helpful. Again, so that's the Water Street Waffle Company. We have the Bell County Courthouse right down here. This is the Gin at Nolan Creek that I was talking about, right here. Main Street, so you have the Bell County Courthouse. Right here on this little strip right here, these buildings, this is Beautiful Salon. I've been going there for years. Allie at Beautiful Salon, love her. Woodhouse Day Spa, they are fantastic. So you can get your facials, massages, waxing, that's all down there. Some shops, like bridal shop. We have the sheriff's office. Texas is really interesting. Again, I'm from Las Vegas, and so it was much different actually there with houses and residential. Where I was from, you know, houses were very similar in a particular area. Here, you know, you can have a $200,000 home next to $1 million home. And so there's little pockets of subdivisions, of course, but not everywhere is the same. Actually, while we're still on downtown, let's back up a little bit. Miller's Smokehouse, there's Chef's Barbecue. Awesome. But there are a lot of cute little nifty shops down there. But if you're looking to maybe live in this area, there are a lot of established neighborhoods in downtown. So a lot of these areas are really established. If we stay on Main Street and move our way up, and just Main Street turns into 317. 317. And there is your H-E-B, major grocery store. H-E-B is so awesome. They have, I don't think they're just local to Texas, but I hadn't been to them before prior to moving here, and they are fantastic. So you have H-E-B for your grocery. You also have Walmart across the street. Bunch of little pocket restaurants in there. This Happy Teriyaki and Roll place right here. So good. It's Korean barbecue. There's also a sweet rolled tacos. right here in the HEB parking lot, right here. And it's fancy rolled ice cream. But everything you need is going to be here. There's also off of West Adams, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then you can just hop on over to Temple. And Temple is going to be where we have your Target, Best Buy, Ulta, Ross, Marshalls, Olive Garden, BJ's Brewhouse, Home Depot, and quite a few other places that we'll go over. But you have your shopping there. You have 4 Walmarts within a 20-minute radius. 1, 2, 3 HEBs. Now, something that I think is really important to note about Belton, or just living in Central Texas in general, is the property taxes. So our houses, our home prices here are a lot more affordable than other areas, but we have really high property taxes. And so if I speak with you, or if you're looking here, you want to make sure that you're taking that into consideration when purchasing, because that's going to affect your monthly payment. Now, a really awesome resource for that is Belcad right here. So you can go to belcad.org, and right here you can go to property search, and you can type in an address and see the property tax rate. So if you've got do a little math here. So for example, let's just say you have a $300,000 home and the tax rate is 2.25. You're looking at $6,750 annually in just property taxes. Now, of course, there are exemptions and things that you can do to try and get that number down a little bit, but that is going to affect your monthly payment. But this is an awesome resource to go to find out more information on that. Now, every area is a little bit different on property taxes. I would say in general, you will see, like within city limits, probably 2.25 to 2.6-ish in property taxes. And then 1.6 to 1.9 outside of city limits. Again, that's not across the board, but outside of city limits, you are going to not have those city taxes, so you'll save some money there. We go back to our map here. One of my favorite things to do in the area is go to Dead Fish Grill, right here. It overlooks Belton Lake. They have an outdoor patio. It's a seafood restaurant. They also have chicken and pasta and some other things like that. But it overlooks the lake, and you can sit on the patio. They have the best margarita ever. Dead Fish, what's it? DFG margarita. Super good. Let me know if you try it. And so if you're looking to live near the lake, there are some options still in building. There are individual lots for sale. There's also 1 or 2 communities that have lots for sale. I'd be happy to speak with you about that. Okay, but if we go back to Belton, our little outline of Belton, you're within Belton ISD. Now, if you go to bisd.net, you can find all the information on Belton schools. North Belton Middle School, Purtle Elementary School, South Belton Middle School, Tarver Elementary, Lakewood Elementary, Belton High School. If you click on that, you can get specific information for those schools. Okay, so what I really want to do is show you homes in Belton. So I pulled up my MLS, the multiple listing service, which is going to show me all homes for sale in Belton. So I searched any home in Belton, the city of Belton, 236 listings. And actually, if I go ahead and add Morgan's Point, okay, not a ton more. But these are all, everything we have sort of near the lake. In terms of Belton, actually, let's look at statistics. So Bell County in general, that Belton falls into, has a median home price of $284,000. And here you can see the percentages that the home prices fall into. So 200 to 300,000 is 46% of that. Another about quarter falls into the 300 to 400,000. And then the last, just under 20%, falls between 400 and $1 million. But in terms of Belton, median price $280. Bulk of our listings fall in that $200,000 to $300,000 price point. A third fall into $300,000 to $400,000, and then just a small percentage above that. Those are your average numbers. But there's a lot of inventory and a lot of homes to look at and a lot of homes to pick from. I was telling you there's a wide variety in home prices. As I hover over these, you see we have $700,000, $2 million, next to a $218,000 home. So you have plenty of areas to pick from, whether you're looking for a more established home or a newer home. Now, if you're curious about traffic, you can go over to layers here on Google Maps and hit traffic. So we must be having a little accident or something here today because this is not normal. But typically, there is not a lot of traffic. The most traffic you're going to see is going to be on 317, 35 often, and then kind of the main streets through. So Main Street, 317, West Adams, which that's a really big one too. We're going to zoom in. So again, Belton, 317 runs through, zoom in. Now as you go up 317, you're going to hit West Adams. This is the other main street intersection through Belton. So if you want to be close to amenities, that's another good place. You come in here, zoom in West Adams, and it goes east to west, 317, east on Adams. You have Soul Garden, another Korean barbecue. So this strip right here, as we zoom in, was hit by the tornado in May, including my office back here. And they've rebuilt. Community is awesome, really pulled together. But you have a ton of food down here, a lot of churches in this area. We have 2 Chick-fil-A's, 3 Chick-fil-A's in Temple Belton. There's one right there. You have Soul Garden, you have Rockin' Ramen, which is ramen. Hat Creek Burger. This is another Walmart as we continue down Adams. So this area right here is, these areas right here, they are newer homes, more established than that last, 15 years or so. Again, more food up here. Panda, Smoky Mo's Barbecue, lots of coffee. You have Dutch Brothers. Across the street, you have Starbucks right here. Summer Moon. I'm doing another, in my coffee video, I'll be going over Summer Moon as well. They're in this little area, that little shopping plaza. You have Wildflower Country Club. So come down Adams here, and you're going to connect to Southwest HK Dodge and Loop, 363. And you have the Wildflower Country Club right here. And so if you want to live on the golf course or near the golf course, there you go. Spare time, bowling, arcade. And as we start to zoom out, so as you go down West Adams, you're going to be into Temple, right? So Belton is there, and then we kind of were over here. So again, if you're thinking about moving to the Belton area, I recommend considering or exploring some of these other areas. Some of the more affordable or lower priced homes, price per square foot, or overall price, Little River, Academy, Troy. So Temple, Belton are going to be slightly more expensive in theory than some of these outskirt areas. And if you start looking in these outskirt areas just outside of Temple, Belton, you'll start to get more land and larger size lots. So if you want more space, larger yards, more privacy, you're going to want to look in those surrounding areas. But there are a couple communities in Temple Belton that have walking trails. That's going to be Dawson's Ranch, Regatta Oaks, and Three Creeks. This is a really awesome community to check out if you enjoy outdoor activities. As I said, they have walking trails throughout, but they're going to be right around here, Three Creeks. And there are a lot of new construction homes. You have Carruthers, Stylecraft, Omega, Tippett, maybe a couple smaller builders in there. But you're minutes away from the lake. You have, you're about 18 minutes, 20 minutes from Fort Cavazos, another 20 minutes if you're working at the hospital. Really easy access to 14 and down 317. So that is a hot one if I have people moving here that want really great and easy access, but also want to have some of those amenities. So all in all, Belton is a really cool place to be. I love living here, and I hope that there was some really great information here for you. If you'd like more information on Belton or help with moving to the area, you can find all my contact information below. I'd love to speak with you. Until next time. Now, if you like this video, I have two others currently that you may want to check out. One is a $799,000 luxury custom home build in Morgan's Point, and the other is a custom home build in Temple, Texas within Valor Estates. Both are awesome. Go check them out, and until next time.